Thanks a lot, Ilya. This was an amazing project that we worked on. It was like the favorite project of mine, and it was really fun to work on. So let me start off by giving a brief introduction about myself. I am a computer science undergraduate. I'm currently in my third year, and I'm studying from IIT Shibpur in India. And I love technology and everything related to it. I mainly develop, try to focus on the web related to the front end and the back end, and some parts of the DevOps as well. And yeah, you can also find me on the internet if you type hrahul2605, and let's go. Yeah. So firstly, I'd like to show you guys what actually the demo of the project. Just if you could give me 2 minutes, I'll just present my entire screen and you'll be able to see that. Yeah. So yeah. Um, could you please confirm if my screen is visible as well?
Yeah, it's visible.
So let's see. So we have a, so I'll be sharing on my local host as of now because the server is not deployed anywhere. And what we, so it will basically be me talking to me or using two users, right? So let's see that here we have a voice test channel that I have created, and here also let's just okay, so let's just try creating a channel as well. So the channel creation is simple from this model that we already had earlier, and we just tick mark this button that is there on voice, and it will create your channel. um, okay, it's a group. It loaded a little bit. So it created the channel. That's probably some bug that we haven't encountered yet. So after this, we can actually, if one user tries to join from here, so um, okay, let's see, there's an error coming over here. So we'll have to allow them as well, and I will just mute it for now. Okay. And if we check that on this voice channel, we have a user, right? So this user is basically when we are in idle state, we'll be seeing this user on each of the channels. If we see if anybody is talking on this channel, they'll be able to see the users. If anybody is there, this channel will be able to see the users as well. Secondly, when if we connect over here, let me just mute everything. Right. So as you can see that we have connected over the channels. If I have muted myself and all the audios that are there. There is also some global controls that we have here right now. That is, we have a global deafen kind of a feature that gives the user the ability to deafen everything, and he won't be able to hear. He has a disconnect and mic mute button. That's mainly it. You can obviously it comes with like you can swap the channel. Switch the channels, and still the connection would be present. As you can see that uh, we have the connection, and if we talk over, then the voice is audible. If I do it right now, that would be it would echo a lot, so I'm avoiding it as of now. And to test another feature that is there, we can disconnect from here and check the second voice test. And as you can see that this Yeah, as you can see that we have connected over to the second voice test channel. And if I go to the, let me just switch. Yeah, if I go to this, you can see that, I mean, while you are connected to a particular channel, this user is connected to this voice test channel. You can also see the other users that are connected to the second voice test channel, right? So yeah, that's pretty much the main project that we have around here. We You can obviously switch through all the channels and check, and yeah, so obviously you can use this to unmute yourself, mute, def, disconnect. These are the global controls that come up. And yeah, basically, so that's my project that I built on, and I'll be going back to presenting. Just give me a minute. Sharing my screen. I'll present the, right. So right. So we finished our demo project. I mean, I showed you guys the demo. Let's move on. So now, well, how is this happening, right? So it's basically a simple SFU server that we have and some piece of client code that works with it, right? So the SFU server, I'll talk more about the SFU server in the next slides. So in let's see, in a traditional WebRTC architecture, what we have is that we have a peer-to-peer kind of connection, right? And the next thing is that when we are having a peer-to-peer connection, we'll be having somewhere around n, if we assume that the number of users are n, right? So the connections would be n into n minus 1 number of times the connection, and that would use a lot of CPU resource, and a lot of computational power will be required to keep that functioning. Uh, so yeah, so this is a traditional WebRTC architecture where, which gives uh, 5 to 10 users that can connect over a particular channel, and after that it would probably crash. And yeah, so moving forward with this, we implemented the selective forwarding unit, right? So as you can see from the diagram as well, that it basically connects to the server. It gives one connection to the server and it receives all the voice inputs, or I mean all the audio outputs that are presented by other clients, right? So this is the main idea of the selective forwarding unit, and we use MediaSoup as the library as well. And yeah, so that's how basically everything works. And of course, the client code that is there to handle all the web, what should I say, handle all the details that are presented by the server and the connection, and which users are there on the client. Everything is handled on the SFU server, and we use uh, Proto to handle the WebSocket connection as well. I'll briefly just comment out why we use WebSocket. It's because if you know about WebRTC a little bit, then you would know that we need to share a particular SDP to all the peers. That is the session description protocol to all the peers to join peer to peer, right? So WebRTC is basically in a very broader picture required for that. Sorry, not WebRTC, the WebSocket is required for that. And yeah, so that's the main point of using the WebRTC WebSocket. Sorry, I'm again confusing. Yeah. So moving forward, yeah, let's see. What are the major difficulties that we face? Yeah. So firstly, I had to go through the MediaSoup documentation and how it is implemented. And we had the major problems in implementing the SAP architecture and the connection between the client and the server, because that was a huge, uh, I mean, barrier for us to overcome, right, at the starting. Next, and finally, we had to provide a mechanism to uh, give the all the details to the client, or I mean to say the front end application of Rocket Chat, so that it has all the details and it should render the views accordingly, right? And there were other difficulties as well, but these were majorly the one. And next is how we executed the plan, right? So GitHub project board, that was absolutely the cherry on the top. Like it made everything very easy. We'll share the link as well on the chat. I mean, if Douglas can please help out, you can share the link on the chat as well. And we had one main pull request connecting to all the multiple. We had one main pull request from our branch that we created from the develop branch that is there, and all the branches from that new branch that we created. We created multiple pull requests to that new branch, and yeah, that's how it worked. And lastly, a lot of conversation, lot of chat, lot of quick calls, lot of meetings, and lot of discussions, and we were able to finish our project. So uh, let's forward. How was my experience in this project during the whole time? It was absolutely awesome. I mean, it was the best project that I have worked on. You might know about Discord, right? Discord uses similar voice channel. Is there any problem? The screen is not sharing the slide. Uh, can anybody confirm if my
I think everything is working well about the presentation, because I can see and I see a bunch of people telling that it's okay as well.
okay?
You can
I'll answer
continue
the
for now.
questions. Yeah, I'll answer the questions after I complete the presentations. So, okay, okay. So yeah, I was talking about my experience, and it was absolutely awesome, right? Because we have all, I guess, used Discord as a as a community, as a chat service, and as a voice communication platform as well, mostly for voice communication platform. And to implement such a feature on a platform, I mean, I was very much interested, and it was like a lot of fun to implement it. And lastly, I would absolutely thank Douglas for helping me out. He motivated me all these, and we were stuck along a lot of ways. He guided me the right way, and I learned a lot of things from him. The ways we can implement features, the way we write codes, the way we make pull requests. That each pull request consists of a single feature, and not to you know pressurize the reviewer to uh, just dump 1,000 lines of code and ask them to review the PR. That's not how we do things. Make the PR small and everything. Yeah, that's like really, yeah. It was a great experience with Douglas. I mean, I was very happy to work with him. And yeah, that's the end of my presentation, and I can have all the questions that is there. So
Rahul,
yeah,
can you open up and start your video? I'm sure
yeah,
everyone
sure,
will
yeah,
see the person
sure.
behind this awesome job. And congratulations, by the way.
Yeah,
The
thanks a
presentation is
lot.
great. Yeah, good job.
Thanks a lot. Am I visible? I guess so. I think I'm visible now. Yeah. Hi everyone. Yeah. So
Yeah, that's pretty much awesome project, Rahul, and the presentation as well. So thank you for your words. Thank you for your time to deliver this presentation and delivering this project as well. It was my first time mentoring someone in my life, so for my side was a huge pleasure to be with you in this project. The experience was awesome. You are the man in charge of that. You did this work absolutely. I have to say, alone, I don't help you with the code, but just in the process, you was the guy here. And congratulations for the work. I
Yeah,
think we have.
congratulations to us. I mean, we completed
Yeah.
the project, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we have this functionality here that I believe we can work together with the community members to improve and
Yeah,
deliver for the
absolutely.
community. Yeah.
Yeah,
And yeah, thank you a lot. And maybe we can answer some questions people sent to us in
yeah.
the.
I'm looking at the questions. So let's see. Where the arch. Okay.
The first one, I believe, it's about end-to-end encryption. That
Not right. We don't
Yashovardhan.
have end-to-end. Yeah, Yashovardhan. Yeah, we don't have E2E encryption here because the main focus of our project was to have a voice communications platform. We can obviously improve it to have E2E encryption later, but the idea of the project was to have a platform where we can communicate our voice, right? So as of now, it's not there. Is it using our existing WebSocket? No, it's not using our existing WebSocket. I have actually used the Proto library to send the details that are required through uh, WebSocket because it was a little bit more easier with the documentation that MediaSoup had. And yeah, we can change it over time because I'm pretty sure that I'll be working more on this after the JSOC period also get over, right? So next is Yash. How did we give the details to the entire front end? Is it using com? Yeah, so that was the fun part actually. I was so excited about it. So we actually at the starting used context API, but later we moved to a use subscription model. Douglas suggested it, and that was really awesome. I mean, you can check it out. Use subscription. That was really amazing. We had a subscription kind of model, and we listened to events and the reactive states that are there, and everything gets re-rendered and all that jazz, right? So next is the SCPU a standalone piece? Yeah, the SCPU is a standalone piece. We need to actually, it's totally different from the server that we have right now. The Rocket Chat server, it's totally different. It's totally separate from it. If you need to host this project finally, then we'll have to start a new SFU, start a new server that would specifically be for the SFU implementation. This was proposed because we don't want to give the load or the CPU resources used for the backend to the voice channels as well, the load that is there. So we created a different server that is there, entirely totally different server, and gave all the voice channel load to over there. Right, next, thanks a lot everyone. I mean, thanks a lot. Check Aaron's shortlist. Yeah, thanks. Does the server send each person's audio separate to user? No, yeah, it sends each person's audio separate to user. It's not a single stream. Uh, the single stream was a different architecture. We didn't go with that, but we actually went with the selective forwarding unit. It just sends different streams to the particular user. Yeah. I believe that the single stream, it is the MCU architecture. I may have forgotten the full form, but I think so. It's the MCU architecture. Yeah, it actually mixes and everything. So does the WebSocket and the signaling happen via Rocket Chat, or does it like it goes live with the SCP? Yeah, it happens directly with the SCP server. There is no connection between our Rocket Chat server and our what should I say, the voice channels that is there. Only the details part is there. That is the user details mainly and the room IDs that we get. Apart from that, every piece of connection that we have on the voice channel, it directly interacts with the SAP server and nothing goes on between that piece of voice channel client to the uh, Rocket Chats backend server. Thanks, Milton. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Yeah. So, any more questions? And we can, I guess, wrap up the session, presentation.
Anything else, guys? Any more questions?
Any more question? And yeah. Thanks a lot, Ricardo. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Darshil. Thanks, Digdut. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Aidan, as well. Looking forward to getting it deployed. Yeah, actually, I thought of deploying it somewhere, but I used up all my student developer, I mean, credits that were there, free credits that were there, and I couldn't deploy it anywhere. I was actually planning to have a live demo of it, but I couldn't because I used up all my credits. Yeah, I mean, because we are Bengali, right? Devdut Chakraborty, yeah. So,
Mhm.
yeah, thanks, Rohan. Thanks, Aditya. Thanks, Yash. Thanks, Gene, as well. Uh,
Yeah, I think that's it.
I
So
think, yeah,
again, congratulations, my friend. About the audience, thanks a lot for having time to be with us, guys. And that's it. Thank you.
yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone.